Hello, beautiful ones. Happy New Year to you all. How was Christmas? Did you enjoy your Christmas? What did you get? Shall I mind my own business? Yeah, okay. It's none of my business what you got for Christmas. Welcome to the House of Joseph. If you're new here, I am Joseph. A lot of changes have happened since, well, not that many since my last video, but many changes happened last year. It's not what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be showing you all how to wear blush for the over 30s. Sounds like something you want to find out more about? Stay tuned. So beautiful. Until I put a face of foundation on first, so we choose the right foundation. I might actually try this this E.L.F skin tint thing again. Where is it? You know, this one that you have to shake about 100 times before you pop it on. But the look I'm going for today is very sheer, very natural, yet perfect at the same time. So they say to shake this for 10 times or 10 seconds. It's about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you can tell, I've got a cold. Well, it's not actually a cold. It's that horrible thing that people have been suffering from. Maybe in your country they haven't, but in the UK there's been an epidemic of this horrible flu-y sort of bug sort of thing which is going around, and it's awful. You start to think you're getting over it, and it rears its ugly head again. It's just the most horrendous thing. David had it over Christmas, and obviously he's given it to me, bless him. He's fine now, he's at work, but there's me at home feeling really poorly, but sorry, I'm waffling, aren't I? So this is the E.L.F, what's it even called? Halo Glow Skin Tint. Skin tints were big last year, weren't they? I'm hoping they'll be big again this year. Although I've got a feeling that foundation is going to thicker and fuller coverage is going to be in this year. My big one prediction for this year is going to be blush colours. I think we're going to start seeing far more colourful blushes, oranges, purples, even blues and reds, and pinks. So, and that's what we're going to be using today well, I'll be using that today to demonstrate my over 30s blush technique. Skin prep wise, guys, I just had a shave in the bath earlier. Made sure my skin was really lovely and exfoliated, and I've just used some of a little niacinamide and hyaluronic acid serum. I'll find a picture of it and pop it down here for you. It's a dupe of the Glow Recipes watermelon serum, I believe. But should we get some of this foundation on this face of mine? Why not? Let's just open it up. This is all just background stuff I'm having to do because loads there, because the blush technique will look better on foundation. It just will. So I'm not going to use a damp brush today. We'll just try this the way it was intended to be used. You can see a strip of the pink blusher lipstick thing that I'll be using as blush today. Let's get all of that on there, shall we? And really buff that in. Buff until we can't buff anymore. Bright lights today, aren't they, guys? My studio light is just here. It's glaring at me. I really need one on that side, don't I, too? But I'm not very well. So can't be bothered. I can be bothered, of course I can. My first video of 2026. Of course I can be bothered. So that's the foundation on the brush. Start here. That was in shade Fair Cool or Light Cool. Can you see that? There. And it's a pink toned skin tint, and E.L.F do neutral, warm and cool tones. They don't do an olive one, I don't think. Let me check that, and I could again pop that down there, couldn't I? But that's the result of the E.L.F. I quite like the skin tint. I don't think it's sorry, I'm just keep looking out the window. I don't know why, because I'm quite nosy like that. But yeah, no, I don't think it's what was the saying? I'm not very well, beautiful ones. As you beautiful ones heard me say at the start of this video, I do think that brighter coloured blushes are going to be big this year, especially in the summer months. Can you imagine that, having a lovely tan with a bright area of pink or orange or even deeper but very intense colours like plums and purples, burgundy, so on and so forth. Today we're going to be using this, which is the Hydrating lipstick by Collection, and this is in shade, it's a sort of a fuchsia sort of colour, isn't it? What shade is it in? It's upside down. Fuchsia. I didn't know that, honestly. I had no idea that that's what it was called, but it's called Fuchsia. So what we'll do is we'll put some of that onto the skin tint. That is dried now, but the two will mix together, and it will dampen the colour intensity down very, very slightly. If you want to just go in and apply that to the back of your hand without skin tint first, that's fine, but I'm not going to be putting any new skin tint on my hand. I'll be using the remnants of what was on there in the first place, so that area there basically. And what we're going to do, beautiful ones, is we're going to imagine a line from the top of our ear to our nostril, and that's where we're going to place most of the blush. And from our eye down, from the middle of our pupil down, that's going to be that will be the places not to put it anywhere outside of that line. I'll show you, shall I, rather than being well vague about it all. So yeah, I'm just going to apply some of the blush onto the back of my hand, and by doing it this way, it's almost like watering it down or diluting it slightly. Do you know what I mean? Because what you don't want to do is to go and put a great big pink splodge on your face and then think about having to try to remove it, because you'll have foundation on your face and skincare, and all of that will need to be removed. A bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Go and get my other brush back in two shakes. So we'll just blend those two together. And as I said, the idea is to try and dilute the blush down, so we're not putting a great big splodge of it on our chops. And obviously you're going to wash your hands before you go out, but I would aim to try and get from that to something like that. Can you see how watered down that actually is? Remember the line from the top of our ears to our nostril, and from the eye down, that's our area we're going to be working in. And the diagonal gives us more of a lifted look, which people who are over 30 require. You see younger people putting a big dollop here, don't you, on the apples of their cheeks. That's fine if you're young and you've got that plumpness to your face, but as faces age, start to hollow and sag, we need to trick the eye into thinking the skin is quite lifted. This is quite a hydrating lipstick, so if it comes across as quite greasy, then you know why. Can you, oh, who's that? I've got to stop it. I need to stop being so nosy, turning into my father. And you can bring the line down. The line from the top of your ear to your nostril is like the centre point of the line, and you can diffuse above and below that. But that's the angle of the blush you want. Can you see that? And once you've got the blush in the place you want it, it's then time to diffuse the edges. So again, with the same brush, and just diffuse it around, just by lightly pressing on the outer edges of the blush. That'll give you the most natural look imaginable. I quite like bringing my blush up onto my temples. Sometimes I bring it all the way around, and what I also do is just to give my face a very quick run over with the whole brush, so there's barely any blush left on it. I also do the tip of my nose. And I am over 30. I don't know if any of you knew that or not, but can you see how lifted my face now looks? It's drawing the eye up that way, isn't it? As opposed to just being a big dollop of it on my cheek. And that's a really pretty colour, isn't it? I just felt, I don't know why, but I just had a hankering to do a really, really, really bright pink blush, but to show you how to water it down to make it more workable and more appropriate. I mean, you could wear this look to go shopping, or to go meet friends, or even to the office. Why not? I don't actually work in an office, guys, but I would certainly, this side is less pink than that side, because I didn't put so much on that side, but yeah, no, I think that's a really, really lovely look, and that's going to be my prediction for summer 2026, is the fact that bright, very, very bright coloured blushes are going to be in vogue or in fashion, and this is probably the best way to wear them for the House of Joseph, at least. This is my method of how to wear them: to put a skin tint on first, because it will be summer, and then put the blush over the top of the skin tint where you've mixed it on the back of your hand. Mix the two together and then remove most of it. But you could then use it as like a reservoir effect. So if you need to put more on, just go back into the area where you need to replenish the reservoir. Again, go back to the initial pool of tint and blush, and then just replenish. But yeah, I'm really, really, really excited about this technique. Look at that. And that's it. That's literally it. That's how to wear the brightest coloured lipstick. I mean, that is just such a bright shade of pink, isn't it? It's almost cerise. That's how to wear a really, really bright shade of lipstick as a blush. I mean, that was £4.99 or something like that from Superdrug. That's how to wear a very, very bright shade of blush or lipstick as blush, but to make it look as natural as possible. And I think that we've achieved that, and by doing the top of the ear to the nostril thing, you'll also lift the eye so it's appropriate for people over 30, but more like 40 or 50. Anyone above 30 can use this technique, and it will lift every face as well. Before I go, and I am going to go now, I'm feeling a bit rough, I need to say hello to Jane. Hi Jane. Jane recognised me outside Sainsbury's in Hereford, the city I live in. Can you believe that? The last person that recognised me was in Monmouth. This was actually in the city I live in. It was about a week and a half ago. David and I were walking to Sainsbury's, and this lovely lady just shouted, "House of Joseph!" And I turned around and I thought, oh my goodness me, I've been recognised for the second time. Lovely, lovely lady. So hi Jane, how are you doing? Thank you so much for your support. It means the world. She thought David's name was Bob, because obviously I call David Bub or Bubba or Bubby, but she can be forgiven for that. Lovely meeting you, Jane, and thank you for all your support. And Samantha, I know I met you in Evesham about 3 or 4 months ago, and I'm so sorry I haven't said hello to you yet. Now I'm saying hello to you. It was outside the B&Q in Evesham, so anyway, I better go now, guys. I've just seen a WhatsApp message, just a work WhatsApp message, and it's Saturday. It's kind of like, it's so counterintuitive, isn't it, when you're not expecting to see stuff and suddenly it appears. But I'm waffling. I'm going to go now, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And next video is coming up very, very, very soon. Remember, I love you all very, very much.